What's going on, guys? We have a massive CCIV update to get into. The short interest is going through the roof, as well as we did get an update from Lucid Motors itself, and this has been long overdue, so I'm very excited to bring you guys this information as well as the technical analysis, and we will be going over my position and my trades in this video. The only thing that I ask in exchange for the video is that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Also, let me know how much CCIV or what trades you do have in CCIV in the comment section, as well as if you guys want to get up to $70 in whatever free stock that you want. No deposit necessary, no need to even link a bank account, and you get your stock immediately. Check out the link down below for public. I got $30 worth of Beyond Meat and $50 worth of Tesla, so it's worth rolling the dice and seeing what you do get. As well as if you guys want to stay up to date with the moves that we are making in the community, I send out my buy and sell alerts, link down below in the description. It literally pays for itself. Now, getting into the Ortex data, guys, all the due diligence you guys need to know if you are holding CCIV stock. We are currently at 23.52% short interest of the free float. Now, let me remind you from the last video I made, literally June 18th, 1 day ago, we were at 19.07% short interest. So this has went up exponentially after these numbers are finalizing over the weekend. So 23.5 short interest. I don't know what's going on with these shorts, but they are digging themselves a huge hole, especially when we do have these catalysts that are on the near-term horizon. One of those being the actual merger vote day. The second one being the actual day that we do merge into Lucid Motors and start trading as Lucid Motors, as well as a suspected delivery date coming next month, or news about that at least, which should add bullish momentum to the stock nevertheless. We did have return shares of 3.53 million, borrowed shares of 1.92 million, so they actually covered 1.61 million shares, and the short interest is still at 23.52%. Estimated number of shares that are currently sold short of 48.68 million shares. And just take a look at the volume we have had. Friday was actually the lowest volume day I think we've ever had on CCIV, only at about 4.5 million for volume. So just imagine when this bullish move does happen and we have 48.68 million shares that need to be covered. That is going to cause an exponential move to the upside. That is why I do have trades in this, and it is a very, very high conviction stock, at least trade for me, as well as holding it for the long term. But something else I want to point out to you guys, which really caught my eye going over the data right before this video, the share utilization is at 100%. I've never seen a share utilization at 100%. So that is essentially out of 100% of shares that could be lent out, 100% of them are lent out or sold short already. So it doesn't get any much higher than this. They can't really borrow any additional shares unless somebody will agree to do that. But I do want to point out as well the cost to borrow at almost 20%. So people that are selling these shares short, essentially they think or are predicting at least a 20% move, or you wouldn't be willing to sell the shares short. That is pretty much how it works. So a cost to borrow 20% is signifying we could see a big move to the upside or the downside. Now, days to cover at 3.76. That is how long it would take for all the shorts to exit their positions if they did want to all at the same time, which does make sense as the volume has been going down. But the more volume we get into the stock, this number will decrease. And really, the higher the better. This just signifies the overall volume. But once you start to see that squeeze, it's going to be pretty hard for shorts to get out of their positions in a rapid fashion. So we could see an extended rally with CCIV. Some analysts are even saying we could see all-time highs once these three catalysts do come out or are announced. Now, taking a look at the actual news that did happen for Lucid Motors yesterday, they actually came out and said this. Lucid Motors did reveal some new details about its Dream Drive autonomous driving system. Unlike rival Tesla, Lucid is utilizing LiDAR technology in driver monitoring. The Dream Drive system will have 32 different sensors around the vehicle to ensure proper safety and protection of the driver. Lucid is also calling Dream Drive a driver assistance program rather than full-on autonomous driving, and will include features such as park in and out, traffic protection, and surround view monitoring. A full Dream Drive unveil is expected from Lucid at a later date. So this is a bit of a mixed bag, right? A lot of people did want to see full autonomous driving, and that very well could be be the case going into the future, but they are not calling it that. So I would say that is a slight negative, but a lot of people do support the use of LiDAR. So I do think that actually does outweigh the whole autonomous driving thing. And it's not quite clear. Like it says, a full Dream Drive unveil is expected from Lucid at a later date. So this could be the case, but they're not saying this as of right now. So this is a bit neutral. I would say it's overall on the positive side, just because the LiDAR, and people do think LiDAR is safer, and it's better to have than not need than to need and not have. Now, taking a look at the technicals, guys, we have been range bound, to be quite honest, in between our lower end support level. I will take this to the 50-minute candlesticks. Actually, we have been in between this $22 range and about the $24.50 range, only hitting $24.35 over the past couple of trading days, really since we started to sell off June 15th. But relatively speaking, we have not had a sell-off. We are in a deep consolidation period, which should lead to another leg up. Now, go back to the 1 hour chart. As far as the 200-day moving average, that currently sits at $24.56, so we are under that, as well as the 50-day moving average currently at $23.52. The RSI is literally neutral at 50.42, so it could signify we could go either way. We're not overbought, we're not oversold. And go back to the 15-minute chart, as well as the MACD. We are bullish on the MACD actually in after hours, and we are up 0.5% in after hours, almost erasing the negative day that we did see Friday. And it was a very, very minimal day on Friday. Like we talked about, there was only about 4.5 million in volume, so I didn't expect a huge move anyways, but we did close at $23.40, down 15 cents for the day, or 0.64%. In after hours, up 12 cents or 0.51%, so almost erasing the loss that we did see on Friday, but it was pretty minimal and not too nothing really crazy there. I mean, 4.5 million on volume, that was kind of blew my mind when I did see that on Friday. It's super, super low relative to the good catalysts that we know are coming in the near term future. Now, as far as going ahead into the future, like I was talking about consolidating, you want to see a strong consolidation period after, especially going from about $17 on the low end up to that $27, almost $28 mark, and then come back down. You don't want to see us go into a bearish pattern, and we are in a bullish neutral pattern. We have not went into a bearish pattern just because we have been consolidating. We're not hitting lower lows, we're not hitting higher highs. We can see that indicated by the MACD, by the RSI. We could see that indicated everywhere, and just visually you can see that as well. Now, if we do start to sell off and start to hit those lower lows, especially under $22, that would be a bearish downtrend, but that would just be a buying opportunity if you're a long-term investor in CCIV like myself. Now, let's take a look at my actual position in CCIV, guys, and I do want to show you guys because I do have a significant amount in actual trades that are in the near term and more mid-term. So let me just find it. CCIV, let's go, baby. Up 1.55% on the shares at $3,528 in total. 150 shares averaged at $23.16. It is 9.72% of my portfolio. So you can better believe I am bullish on CCIV for the long term and for this trade. So I will show you guys the trades right now. Total return of $42 so far, 11.90%. I have 4 contracts. One of those, which I really, really like this for the price that you're paying and the extra time that you do get. I have an August 20th $30 CCIV call. I bought this at $191, so I'm only up $7 on this trade, but I like it just for the fact you're getting closer to the money, so you'll really be able to profit off these moves. And by August 20th, you should for sure have the merger completed, be trading as Lucid Motors, and hopefully we have a delivery day for the first Lucid Airs. I'm really thinking we will. That is why I did go out to the August 20th, but you couldn't go wrong going out further than that. It's just going to cost you a little bit more money. Now, going back to the other trades, and it's not loading. Thank you, Robinhood. I do appreciate it. But I did sell a covered call, a $35 CCIV covered call for July 9th for $120 because I do own 100 shares of CCIV, and that is essentially where you say, okay, I'll sell 100 shares at this strike price by this certain date if the stock price is over that strike price. Now you can get executed on some of these sometimes, but nobody would do that, so it doesn't really happen. I'm up $93 or 77.50%. Like I said, received $120. It is currently worth $27. So that overall was a great trade. And why is Robinhood doing this to me? Like, come on now, Robinhood. Like, you don't have enough issues as it already is. CCIV $40 call for August 20th. 2 of these I bought at $141 a piece. I like this trade as well, the same as the $30 call, but it's a $40 call. I don't like this as much because it's clearly further out the money, and you're not going to profit as much when you do see that rally. But I even think we could go to $40 or even $50 or even $60 by some of these catalysts that do come out, especially once we do merge into Lucid Motors. And if you are unaware of exactly why we will rally after we merge into Lucid Motors, that is due to the simple fact of CCIV shares are backed at $15, meaning if you bought into CCIV right now, as anybody, quite honestly, there's about a 1% chance CCIV merger does not go through. If that were the case, you would get refunded at $15 per share. That would be taking about a 40 to 45% loss on your initial investment. If you did not get in at the PIPE offering, private investment offering for bigger institutions, right, that have access to that, you, like I said, you would lose about 40 to 45%, given that 1% chance it doesn't go through. People are not, institutions, I should say, are not going to be buying CCIV stock with that 1% risk. And even if you invested $10 million, you stand to lose $4 to $4.5 million as we currently sit with CCIV stock. So it's quite frankly not an option for institutional investors. And after all the great things we have seen recently about the Tesla Model S Plaid Plus being canceled, that makes CCIV the only 500-mile plus range vehicle, or EV vehicle, I should say, as well as we did have Rivian, I think it's what it's called. I don't follow the stock at all, but Rivian's valuation came in at $70 for its IPO valuation, or standard valuation of what it is proposed to be valued at. So that is about double what CCIV is valued at, and they are still a pre-revenue company as well, expected to have deliveries, I believe, in the next month or so, just like CCIV. So it begs the question that Lucid Motors is severely undervalued compared to its competitors. Now, that is pretty much all I do have for this video. That is all the due diligence you guys need to know as of right now. I'll be giving an in-depth technical analysis video either tomorrow or on Monday for what you guys can expect for the rest of the week. All in all, very great things coming to CCIV stock. That is why I am a long-term investor, as well as I do have trades in this. Don't copy the trades that I make. I am an experienced options trader. I'm going to trade this much differently than you will. So take this whole video with a grain of salt. I'm not a financial advisor, financial planner, none of that fancy stuff. So with all of that being said, make sure to check out the links down below to get free stock in public and deposit $100 and get up to $2,300 of free stock with Webull. I got a free share of Google, so you might as well do both. It is literally free money either which way it comes out to be, as well as check out the links down below for the buy and sell alerts to be notified every single time a trade is made, or a long-term investment, or an investment in crypto. I like to do everything, as well as passive income. So if you guys want to be up to date with that, make sure to check out the link down below in the description. Until next time, you guys enjoy your weekend. I will see you later. Take care.